What were we going about?
Nazis built the pyramids,
The
the
Nazis
aliens started the Holocaust. It's just...
We're talking about serial killers today. They're ghosts.
It's only going to get worse from here. Oh my god, I get tired of scrolling through my fucking reels because I'm learning new shit or seeing shit that are like, it's a life hack, and then you're just like, it's really not a fucking
It's not
life,
a life
hack.
hack. Some of it, like half of it's fake just to see if people who watch those videos are stupid. And the other half is like common knowledge.
Yeah.
That I guess isn't common anymore.
It's like, take a knife to sharpen your pencil. It works wonders. No shit.
Or you could use a pencil sharpener.
It's fucking stupid. It is some stupid shit. And it's like, if your headphones are tied in a knot, just buy AirPods. No way. Oh, God. Welcome, everybody, to The Calling Couple. I am your host, Gage, along with my beautiful and lovely co-host,
Sage.
Okay, there she is. She's waking up. It's still early.
I was trying to figure out who you were talking about.
Oh. And we appreciate you guys being here because, honestly, if you aren't here, well, fuck you. But ones that are willing to listen to us, thank you so much.
Oh, my God. We'd die without you.
Yes, I'm just sitting here just like, thinking about you. So,
Yeah, he wants to throw up thinking about you.
No, that was the gat. You know what?
I wanted to make you say it.
I'm just going to leave it. If you guys have been liking our stuff, please leave us a like, comment, and if you have been enjoying us and have some ideas that you would like for us to talk about, or just fucking want to tell us how much you hate our show, go right the fuck ahead. Other than that, give us a share, and make sure that you hit that notification bell to keep up with all the new shit that we're coming out with.
It's okay, we hate it too.
Yeah, we do. But you know what? We said we were going to try to do this for one whole year, and we're going to fucking do it. We're getting there. We are getting there.
Yeah, if you want us to quit, let us know.
Doesn't mean I'm going to fucking listen to you. I mean...
Yeah, shut up. I wanted to see if they would comment.
But we have some things up for discussion today.
We do?
So, yeah.
All right, okay.
Didn't you say you have an...
Didn't know about that.
Didn't you say you had an...
Existential crisis.
Yeah, that thing.
You agree what those words are?
That word. Those words.
Well, I don't know, but you have to be really self-aware to... Oh, gosh. I'm talking about self-awareness. How about that? It's not something people have. A lot of people have self-awareness.
Okay, what kind of self-awareness are we talking about here?
When you realize you're shifting.
To change into somebody else that you didn't realize that you were going to be? Or what? Like, where are you going with this?
Well, you are a... Okay. So everybody is their own person. With their own personality, with their own likes and dislikes and all that kind of stuff. Well, eventually, your likes and dislikes, you will like more things and you will dislike things, and those will change. And enough of those things change, you slowly become a totally different person. And if you are self-aware of the changes inside of you mentally, you can watch yourself changing who you are. And that's called an identity crisis.
I think that's called being woke nowadays.
Well, that's what they want to call it, but there's too many people who are fake woke. They think like, if I know about what is offensive to other people, I'm woke because of that. No.
Back in my day, you just didn't say that shit. Sorry.
Like, what real woke would be is being aware of what affects you and your opinion on it, but knowing that no one gives a fuck about it and keeping it to your goddamn self, you know?
Yeah.
And being like, this is who I am, this is how I feel about it. And I'm going to keep it that way. And you're going to feel that way. You don't have to project it onto other people.
I was going to say, keep it in your world and make it to where it defines you,
yeah.
But don't try to make it define everybody else, because you know what? We all have our own fucking world. We call it bubbles, but they're our world. We'll fucking do it that way. If you don't like something, keep it to yourself, but make it to where you can project it out.
Or how about this?
You.
If you... Okay, also being like, obviously self-aware of the things you like and dislike, and learning to not project them onto other people because they have their own self-awareness. and then being like society, I don't know how to describe this, but where you are physically in the world,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like if you're at a freaking Pride Fest, that's probably not the best place to spout your homophobia, you know?
Mm.
So it's like, be aware of your surroundings.
That's called churches. You can do that there.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just being like, I'm just like I said, don't project that shit on other people,
yeah.
and put yourself in situations where, you know, like if you don't want to culture shock yourself, don't go in places where that's gonna happen.
And I know people are gonna sit there and say, "Well, what? I can't just go outside anymore."
Yeah,
Honestly,
you can just be where places go outside places that are gonna be like where you're gonna be actually happy.
Yeah.
Like oh, I can't go to Walmart anymore because there's freaking gay stuff in the women's shopping center.
Or you're sitting in a park and somebody walks by wearing a Black Lives Matter deal, and you're just gonna be like, "Ah, you don't know what that's about, dude."
Like,
fucking
keep it to
ignore
yourself.
it. Ignore
yeah,
it.
for real. It's like let them walk by. You know, like they got their own thing going on. You got your thing. You don't have to project your shit into their lives. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It is
people
really
do
ridiculous.
it. People do it to me all the time. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. When?
Yeah.
Are you talking about social media and all that? Get the fuck off of it then.
Yeah.
If that's such a fucking issue for you, get off of social media.
Yep.
Like, oh, it's on my TV. And all that. Change the fucking channel. You know, watch it. Like, trust me, there's a channel for you. There is a fucking channel for you.
This isn't the 1980s where there was only like 50 channels. We've got hundreds of channels now. You can fucking change it. Well, a lot of them are fucking mainstream media. There's other channels that aren't. Like, come on. There's other things you can be doing with your
Like, there
time.
is room in the world for everybody, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you have to be more tolerable of things, but everyone does. You know? It's not just you. The world's not out to get you. I don't know why people think that. No one cares about you enough to do that. I know that sounds kind of sad, but personally to me, that's kind of like, oh, thank God, you know?
Right?
I
I can worry
can
about
chill
myself.
and I can worry about myself. I don't have to worry about the world, you know? Like, I don't have to take on, like, the thing about, like, minding your own business is that you don't have to take on other people's problems either.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's very,
And that's,
very
I
fucking
feel
true.
like that is such a relief. Where it's just like, I know that there's people out there who fight for, like, certain kind of rights and stuff like that, and they're doing it for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like the gay community and stuff. While I'm in the LGBTQ community, I don't, like,
You forgot the plus.
I don't go out and fight for their rights. But I support them, you know?
Yeah.
But I do it that in a way that makes me, like, that's good for me, you know? Like, I'm not stepping over my bounds or anything like that. And I don't do anything that's I'm not educated for. Because that doesn't help the situation, you know? If you're not educated in it and you don't understand it, don't try to help. You know, because sometimes that really backfires.
Here's my view on things
I'm gonna open a
on
drink.
all this. The way I look at it is, I don't give a shit what anybody's agenda is. I don't give a fuck about what anybody's beliefs are. I care about the individuals I'm meeting.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what makes them happy and they're, in my eyes, what I would consider a decent person, then fuck yeah, do whatever you want to do. But I'm not going to fucking be like, oh man, so you're into this, well I know more than you and all this and that, or you're fucking wrong for believing that. No, fuck that. That's not how it should be done. If you are into a certain thing that you find happiness out of, however you fucking find it, that's on you. If it makes you happy, fucking, I'm going to let you be happy. Because guess what? I'm happy in my own little world doing my fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and berate, belittle, or any of that kind of shit on somebody that is probably got a different belief than me. Am I Republican? No. Am I Democrat? No. Am I government happiness with them? Fuck no. But I got friends that are. And you know what? That's their fucking thing. I don't hate them for it. I may give them a little shit here and there just to fuck with them. But other than that, if that's what's making them happy, let them fucking be happy. Let them be like, hey, this is where I think we should be. Dude, that's great. It ain't gonna work for me, but you do you, man. That's what that whole saying is. You do you, boo-boo. I mean, come on. I get that some people go fucking extreme with this, and they do. And I'm just like, I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't either. But it makes them feel better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be okay with that. Like, if you want to go picket, if you want to, I don't know what the... Protest, yeah. If you want to go protest and stuff like that makes you feel good that you're making a big difference. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying you do you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do me, and I'm just going to sit here and podcast about shit that has nothing to do with that.
I mean, we're going to podcast about seeing some of the fucking extreme bullshit that we see out there that we're just like, oh my God.
I don't want to bring down anything, but them feminists, I mean, the last time they protested with their shirts off and titties out, hey. I was like, hey, man.
That is
something to... I will be right there with you, ladies.
I may be on the opposite side, but that's only just to make sure that you guys continue to protest that way, so yeah. I get the good
I'll support
show.
That good fight. Wink, 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 wink. I don't know what difference they think they're making, but they're putting on a hell of a show.
I mean, I've always been for the free the nipple. I mean,
if that's the thing they're making, I guess so.
Yeah, fucking okay, ladies.
Someone needs to do that right here in Oklahoma. Did you know it's still legal to be women to gamble nude in Oklahoma? Did you know that? It's a legal law. It's written down.
You know why? Because it's very distracting. we can't read your bluffs.
I just thought it was really funny that that was a written law in Oklahoma that it's illegal for women to gamble nude. Man. I don't know that because of my new job. I know that because of
I feel sorry for making all those girls do illegal activities back in the day.
I know, strip poker.
That's why I'm like, uh-oh.
Strip poker. Yeah, it's illegal. Oh, there's some other funny ones that are illegal, too. Like, you can't dye your own hair. Yeah. It's a law. It's so stupid.
I am calling the police now.
You also can't spit on the sidewalk in Lawton.
Oh, I knew that one.
Did you know that one?
Yeah, I did know that one. I thought that was so fucking... Apparently, we also have... I don't know if it's here or if it's in Texas, but there's somewhere where there's no bodies of water that contains whales, but it's illegal.
It's here. It's in Oklahoma. Yeah. It is illegal. It's whale...
It's illegal to be whaling.
Whaling, yeah. It's illegal to go whaling in Oklahoma. There's no fucking whales. It wouldn't be Texas because that would be real. That's real because they have...
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was thinking when I said it. I was like, oh, maybe it is Oklahoma. Or is it Kansas?
It's fucking Oklahoma. That was another one. I was trying to think of that one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few more, but I just thought some of those were the funniest ones.
But it's so funny because I'm seeing all these people that are moving to this state that are just like, oh, my God, you guys are so, old school and shit. And we're like...
We have a bunch of goofball laws.
I'm just like, what are you talking about? You guys are so old school, but ahead of your time, man. You got the weed going for you, and now you got this whole wholesome '70s feel of what home life should be. And I'm like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you get all these Californians and stuff that are moving out here that are so used to how bad California is, seeing how we run. We're just like, can you guys leave? Because
you're bringing down the economy.
I'm not saying you're not a good person, but...
I'm saying
it. There are some... I'm sorry, but I've noticed that there's been some
the ones who've moved
West Coast stuff moving to Oklahoma that I'm like, whoa.
They're the ones that have moved here in the last few years, yeah. But the ones that moved here, 12 plus years ago.
Yeah, before all
the shit went down.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, those people are cool.
Yeah, and I'm just more of go fix your state. Trust me, all Oklahomans are fucking fighting every goddamn day to get the government to fucking fix these roads better than what they are.
Yeah, we just want our roads fixed. We just want our roads fixed.
There's some other things there, but
it's mostly the roads.
But the thing is we actually try to fix our shit. And honestly, I will say this without a fucking hesitation. Oklahoma is one of the biggest states that we may not like each other. We may be like, I put up this fence for you to stay on that fucking side of it. But when a tornado comes through and it devastates a fucking town,
We come
every
together,
fucking
goddamn.
Oklahoman will come together to make sure that they get their house rebuilt and that fence to go back up so we can start hating each other again. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Caw-caw.
But, I mean, that right there is true wokeness. Of like, I fucking hate you. You're a fucking OSU fan. Well, you're a fucking bandwagon Sooner. Oh, shit, man. Fuck you, Terry. Well, you know what? Oh, shit, is that a tornado? All right, so we continued. All right, Terry, you made it? All right, man, let's rebuild your house, man. I didn't
Oh,
get hit
Terry, you don't got no house? Shit, I don't want to see your mug all the damn time. Let's rebuild that house so you can go inside and fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean that is the most beautiful thing I think that Oklahomans and Texans really have in common is that when there is a natural disaster, we are the first two states that will send, not just in our states, but out. We will send our
That's
people
true.
out to go help with devastations.
Yeah, when one of our pet tornadoes gets loose and hits other states, we're like, oh shit, our bad, we'll come fix that for you.
Right.
Wrangle the tornado, get him in, come on, get
Well,
back
and-
over here.
if you ever notice that every time there's a hurricane that takes out power inside the states, besides like Hawaii and shit like that, but if it's inside the states and a state loses power because of a natural disaster, Oklahoma's OG&E is the first ones to send a fleet of fucking workers and trucks to go fix their powers, and which of course a lot of other states do it as well, but I've always noticed Oklahoma was one of the first ones to be like, we're sending our shit, let's go. Now, does it fuck us every now and then? Sure.
Sure fucking does.
But you know what?
Sure does.
That's because we're willing to say we're Oklahoma strong. We can fucking take care of ourselves.
I know, I feel like our state is so proud sometimes, though, that we'd be giving everything away trying to look good, but then fuck ourselves over.
Yeah, but we actually do have that Make My Day law, and it's very hard in effect. So if you don't know what that is, you might want to look that up if you're ever here in Oklahoma.
Well, fuck it, I'll tell you what it is.
So, but honestly, that's my biggest thing is I love about this state is that I
You
can...
really aren't going to explain what Make My Day Law is?
No, fuck that. Let these people that are listening fucking go learn for themselves because they may be like, oh, you're spreading false news. Well, fucking go look it up. All right? You go do it. You do your research.
That's the whole point of listening to a podcast, so you don't have to look shit up.
No. Fuck that. You want to know, you can fucking do it because even if I fucking say something, you're going to be like, well, you didn't put the where the was supposed to be. So,
Oh, Lord almighty.
yeah, so fuck that. You can go do it yourself.
Well, then they're going to do that on every single law I just said because I didn't say them correctly.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So you guys can figure it out yourselves. But I do absolutely love that about Oklahoma and Texas. And I'm not a fan of Texas, okay? Any real Oklahomans, we are not a fan of Texans. And Texas is the same way about Oklahomans. We don't usually get along. But if something was to happen, we do fucking put our shit aside to come together. It is one of our best qualities we have. So, that's what being woke is, okay? Is to know that you
The
can
fuck are you
fucking
talking about? None of
not
that's
agree on a lot of things, but be like, you know what? Fuck all that. We're coming together because we need to be
Oh,
here.
what real woke is.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, fake woke is trying not to be offensive.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you are trying desperately hard not to be offensive, that's fake woke, hon.
A great example of fake woke is a simple saying that's been used forever. With all due respect, you automatically just made yourself fake woke because you're trying not to be offensive while ultimately
Well, that's a
being
southern.
offensive.
That's a southern one.
No, it's not. It's all over. That's a
No. It's a. No offense, but
No, that's been used all over. It's not just a southern thing. It's just one of those that I'm like, that is a great definition of fake woke. Of you're wanting to say some offensive shit, but you're like, I'm not offensive. I'm not an offender.
no,
I'm not
because
into that.
I would rather you say with all due respect, because that only implies the respect that you are due. So whatever you say after that, the person listening to it will see what respect you are giving. So, if you say something really offensive, you meant no respect at all. But if you say something really, really nice, then you meant respect. With all due respect doesn't entitle you to a certain amount of respect.
Well, and yet again, like you're saying, context, but
Yeah.
a lot of the context.
Saying no
that's-
offense and then saying something offensive is contradiction. With
No.
all due respect is actually appropriate.
Tit for tat.
No.
I'm kidding. No, I mean, it's just one of those that people really need to fucking... The way I look at it is like, if you were offensive towards me, and you were being completely brutally honest about how you feel, I would actually give you more respect of, okay, at least you had the fucking balls to say something that you knew would be fucking hurtful, but you were getting what you believed out and actually trying to stand by it.
That would be with all due respect.
You don't yeah, but that's what I'm saying is I wouldn't.
But if they said no offense, and then they went ahead and said that,
Yeah.
that would be offensive.
Yeah.
Because they were saying something brutally honest that really offended you.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I would be at. I mean, you could fucking, like, if anything, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, well, fuck off, or be like, oh, I'm going on social media and like, fuck you, dude, this is what they said. No, man, you can tell me whatever you fucking want, but it doesn't mean I'm going to have anything to do with you afterwards. Like, hey, man, if that's your beliefs, cool, but that's not mine. I'm not going that direction. I'm not going to be around that.
Yeah. My thing is when people are, want to say something that is offensive to you, that they are pretty sure you're going to take offensively if they didn't say, with all due respect, I'm saying quotation marks on my fingers, or no offense. What are they trying to portray to you? Like when you say something and you need to say no offense first, or you need to say with all due respect, but like, what's the purpose of telling that person that? Is it for them to change the way they're acting, or for them to just know that? And if it's just for them to know, did they need to know?
Yeah, my thing is like when we have conversations with our friends on like political or religion or anything like that, usually I stay the fuck out of it unless there's something that I can be like, okay, I can try to make a good point on this. And usually when I get into those topics, I'm trying to make a point and not trying to belittle anybody on where they stand. I just want them to, when I make my points, I want them to see where I'm standing as well, to where like we can continue our friendship, but this is kind of where I'm at. Like, no, nothing against you, but this is how I see it, and I'm not trying to change your point of view. I'm just wanting you to understand why I can't agree. Most people that try to fucking do this shit don't have a point. They are just arguing for argument's sake, and that is something that makes you look like a fucking idiot. Most of these people that you see out here that are talking about a lot of this stuff, that are actually making improvements or impacts on these situations, have a point. They have a point, which is usually their end goal or where they would stand on trying to make it better. But when you're just ranting on about something that you really don't, like you said, have no education on, you're just wanting to be a part of the fight. You're just arguing for argument's sake. You really need to let it go and just say, hey, you know what? I don't know. What are your views on this? Okay, so what are your views on this? Trying to go back and forth and make your own opinion, your own view on it. That's how you make it an opinion. You can't just take one side and say, yeah, that's fact. There's a lot of things in history that have pointed that by taking one side, one person's word, can be very fucking dangerous. So you need to play both sides to see where you fall in line on. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing that says that you're any fucking bad thing. You're just trying to figure out where you feel you fit. It is okay to be on the fence. It is okay to be on both sides and say, hey, this is where I stand, this is where I stand. Doesn't mean...
And that's another good point of how I was saying we change. Like going through a changing phase is because you didn't always feel that way.
Exactly. You know, here's a great example. There's been many records of neo-Nazis who grew up, that's all they fucking knew. That's all they were taught and raised and all this and that. That one day they just said, fuck it, I can't hate no more. I can't do this no more, and want to change themselves because they were not that person anymore. Whether they were around other people that made them open their eyes, or they just came to the realization that that's just not who they are anymore. I'm just using these guys as an example. Yeah. Nothing of backing or any of that shit, but like they did. Like I see, one of my favorite things I like seeing are these tattoo videos where these guys take their racist propaganda tattoos and have them go removed and tell their story of like, I couldn't fight anymore. I couldn't hate these people that are turning around, even though they see me with these markings, want to help me and help me be better and all. And I'm like, yes, because that is because you've changed. Your mind, your body, your opinion, everything has changed. You grew. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. And it's okay to grow. It's okay to disagree. But
It's also okay to relapse.
it is. It is. I'm not saying that it's...
But then as long as you correct yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to correct yourself. You can't wait for someone else to correct you. Like, you have to hold responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah, it is okay to look or be weak. It is okay to be at a weak point.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the way you go about it. If you're sitting here saying you go into a weak moment and then that's where you're just like, fuck it, this is just my life, this is how it's going to be. Even though I was out of it and now I'm back, I'm just going to be this way, this is all I am. No, it's okay to be weak, but you've also got to reach out and talk to people and be like, hey, I need your help. And if it's people that you've been reaching out to, reach out to some other group of people. Reach out to some stranger, anything like that. There's billions of people on this planet. We do not have to keep continuing with the people that are not benefiting you. If they're not benefiting you, find some other people. There are going to be your people out there. It is okay. But don't sit here and think that you can't be weak. That is bullshit. It is okay to be weak and fall at times. Are you going to be willing to pick yourself back up and say, I fucked up, let's keep going. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest change that you could ever make.
I agree.
But can we get on to this new topic? I know we've talked about it before, but I really want to bring it back. Can we please legalize prostitution? I think that's going to help out a lot of people.
Oh man, what a callback.
I'm just saying it could be beneficial for people, okay? If we,
I think we have mentioned that it could be beneficial.
Okay, as long as it's in a legal establishments and they're being taxed and everything like that and they're being kept clean, I honestly think that would help save a lot of people. Whether it's marriages and stuff like that. Like,
I don't know about marriages.
Well, I mean, if the spouses aren't willing to be with each other on sexual preferences, they could, and they still work outside of that, prostitution might help, okay?
That is a small niche.
It is.
I think there would be more people that would fuck up in their marriage. There are plenty of legal things that fuck marriages up.
That is true. Just saying. Let's legalize those ladies, tax those ladies, so we can build things with that tax money.
It would make things in the world a lot safer.
Yeah.
I feel like sex trafficking would go down, human trafficking would go down.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that, but I do think we do. I think we really need to fucking fight on that shit.
I think it would, because there would be less demand for illegal activities when there's perfectly good legal ones.
Well, the thing is a lot of that trafficking stuff, it's not even for here in the States. Like, it's there, and there are. Don't get me wrong. Do not quote me on that. I'm just saying that a lot of that shit is meant for outside of the U.S. So the people that are being put into this stuff, which is very fucking tragic, are not being recognized around here. They're being taken somewhere else. And that's very fucking sad, and I think that we need to fix that. But with that being said, it's not just the adults that are the main targets of that shit. So that's where, even if we legalize prostitution, we would still have that issue going on.
I didn't say it would go away. I just said it would become smaller.
A
good example of that is weed.
Well, how so?
There's not really need for illegal grows anymore because there's plenty of legal ones now.
There are, but not every state has that in effect, and that makes it that's where it becomes hard, because now you got people that are coming to the legal states, buying as much as they can, and trafficking it across the borders to the states that don't. And that's how they're getting, and there's also a lot of illegal farms and stuff out there in those illegal states.
I didn't say it went away. I just said it became harder to do.
Well, and I'm just saying that if we are really gonna be pushing for this legalization, it needs to go up to the highest level and making it federal legal. That way, every state can have it. We can cut down on all of that stuff, and the crimes itself should be. The punishment shouldn't be as severe, because marijuana isn't as deadly as other drugs that are out there. But it would be one of those that we would cut it down and enforce some laws and stuff like that. But you know, like here we're seeing a lot of it, but my biggest thing is that we're not seeing the money that we're getting on the taxes back going to our schools like it's supposed to, going back towards our roads and our society like it's supposed to. And
It's
that's
true.
that's what's fucking irritating a lot of us on that aspect. California has been like that for a couple decades now. They've had it legalized in
I don't
medical
see
and
where-
recreational,
I
and
don't see where our weed taxes are going.
and that's where, okay, yeah, we made it legalized, but now what are we doing for the people that are in charge of the tax money? We gotta fucking fix that. Just saying. You know, this is turning into a very political episode, but we're just making our observations, our simple observations of what
Yeah,
we're
observations and opinions. You know, nothing. We're not really spouting any genuine facts here.
seeing. Well, a lot of it is facts, but it's not.
What do you mean?
It's not cold hard facts
What
because,
facts? What facts have we said?
well, talking about the marijuana stuff, like we.
That it's legal here in
yeah,
Oklahoma?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, for the whole, like, where the money's going and all that, I mean, they make the paperwork up so they could tell us all that we want, but as for people that live in this state that are seeing how things are, we're just like, well, where the fuck is this money going? Those are the questions I'm saying we should ask and follow through on. But, yeah, I mean, we can't give you cold, hard facts because, fuck, we're just going off of what we
We're too
see.
lazy.
Yeah.
Too lazy for that.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is, but... man, what was that one I was going to talk about?
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It was me. I had it earlier and I fucking...
I don't know, you said prostitution. My mind went, meh.
yeah.
Because I just thought about boobies. And I was like, boobies.
Movies.
Boobies.
Fucking... Okay, so now I guess everybody's going off of like, oh, the government's trying to tell us that aliens exist, all this and that. For one,
Oh.
if you were a conspiracy theorist, you fucking knew aliens existed. You've
Yeah, but
known
now that
for
the
all-
government's saying it, I don't believe it anymore.
Right. Like, now they're just telling us this so they can distract us from what they're going to do. Well, yeah, they're telling us that to distract us, but, you know, aliens do exist. So, honestly,
Well, I like the conspiracy theory. I don't like it, but it makes sense in a weird conspiracy kind of way. That there's going to be a fake alien invasion
oh, yeah.
to unite the countries and make like a dictatorship or whatever. Something like that.
Yeah,
Your
that's
phone.
that's where I'm just more of like, you know, this whole fake invasion kind of thing, it's not going to unite the countries. If anything, it's going to be more of like, well, you were holding out on us, or you were holding out on us, so now we hate you and all this and that.
Oh no, I feel like the governing bodies of every country is kind of gonna be on the same page with this.
Well, and that's where it can make it really scary, to where it all comes down to one united government.
And it's not gonna be ours, y'all.
Well, no, not if the aliens actually.
Oh, you think you're talking about like if the aliens were real.
Well, no, I'm saying I know aliens are real. I
know
that,
but I'm saying the invasion's fake. There are no aliens invading us. It's our countries trying to dictate us.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Where we would actually become one super government,
Yeah.
and that would be under the UN, and where every leading power of the entire world comes together under one roof. Well, that's where we would be all fucking controlled. It would no longer be the government of the United States, the government of Russia, the government of China. It would just be,
The United Nations.
yep, the United Nations, and they would implement laws that affect the entire world, not just individual countries.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
You're just going into detail of what I just told you.
But if the aliens do come down here, I'm gonna sit here and be like, okay, sorry for crashing or shooting down any of the objects that we could. Those are people back in the day. Don't annihilate us. That's all I'm asking. If anything, please just take me to the galaxy far, far away. I mean, I'd rather be out there than fucking see what you're gonna be doing to us here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not one of the people that you've been probing. I'm not sure if that's your species or not. Not trying to sound speciesist or anything.
I don't want to be speciesist or anything, but you're not one of those proby ones, are you?
And some of you people out there, they're just like, oh my god, aliens are here and I'm gonna get probed. Yes, this is gonna be the most intense BDSM session ever. And I'm
Why
just...
do they talk like that?
I don't know.
Don't ever do that again.
I don't know.
You're disgusting.
It just came... I think
Now I'm going to think about that. And it's going to be you on the table. You nasty pervert.
and I'm gonna just sit there and look at him and just be like, yes, Ailey.
Don't.
Yes.
Stop. Don't talk like that. Ooh, make me throw up.
But honestly, though, like, would you be mad to actually fucking see an alien for the...
To fuck and see an alien, huh?
Yeah.
In that order? Do I get
Or-
to see them first and then fuck them, maybe?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. In that fucking order. Because
So I
you're
gotta
gonna be
fuck 'em
blind-
before
you're-
I get to see
Yeah,
'em.
you're gonna be blindfolded. So they're gonna...
No, I would not be happy then. 'Cause I'm scared. I'm
'Cause
scared.
You're just like, yeah, I'm getting fucked by an alien. Take off the hood, and you're just like, wait a minute. You're just from another country. You're not from another planet. You motherfucker.
You lying. That's funny. That was a good one.
But no, seriously, like, would you be? How would you feel if you actually saw a real?
I'm
fucking
probably
alien?
sore. I probably feel real sore. I'm funny. I don't know. It depends on what they look like, I guess.
Oh, that's fucked up. I mean, are you gonna react like Mantis when she saw that sheep in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Oh!
Ah! I wasn't screaming at you. I was screaming at the thing behind you. you look great.
I could see you reacting like that. I could.
I don't know, man. It depends on if they're a horror show or if they're like, normal looking aliens.
Well, this-
by normal aliens, I mean like, gray man.
Well, okay, and this honestly goes into my conspiracy theory that I've had ever since I was a fucking kid, and I know tons of other people out there have had the same theory, but I was a kid when I thought of this. Like, I didn't fucking get into conspiracy theories until I was like 25, alright? But my theory was that there were so many movies made about aliens growing up. When I was a kid, there were so many movies from the early 50s till 1996 when they came out with Independence Day, right? And I seen a lot of them. I watched Aliens at fucking 5-6 years old. Like, holy shit, I should have not have watched that when I was that young. But I watched Independence Day and all that, and it just made me, as I was getting older, I was just like, is the government controlling the movies to help portray aliens so we can be ready for when we see aliens? And now I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. They were doing this the whole time.
Well, I've got a very similar theory.
Okay.
Dragons.
Okay, are you talking about like Rain of Fire, where they're just burrowed under the crust of the earth and we have no idea until we accidentally wake them up?
No, because there's only one movie like that.
That's
I was
what I just
talking
said.
about... That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Like, that's not what I mean. I don't think that's going to happen because there's only one movie about that.
Hmm.
I'm talking more just that they existed. Or still do.
Yeah, because, that's a good point. That's a very good fucking point, and...
I mean, like, they're not just in movies, but they're in, like, every country has dragons.
Yeah, every country has a lore of dragons.
Yeah, so how can every country that's never talked to each other in the ancient world, because they were divided by seas, all have stories of the same creature?
Yeah. Well, so going off of that, I saw this video the other day, and I don't know if I could believe it or not because I haven't seen any other fucking stories about this, but apparently that they found a frozen megalodon over in Antarctica, and it was still completely preserved and everything like that. But they're saying it's not as old as what they recorded megalodons to be.
Yeah, you feel the way about megalodons as I do dragons.
Right, but that's why I'm just like, okay, is that real? Are there megalodons still out there?
Because when I was 14, they also found a dragon in Antarctica. So they're just finding all sorts of shit over there, which is why I don't think it's real. I don't think they actually did.
Yeah.
Because I watched a whole documentary about them finding a frozen dragon. And then they did a whole documentary about that frozen dragon, and then nothing ever came of it. So I'm like, I guess it was fake.
Well, and but that's what I'm saying though, is like the Shark Week has been doing that for years, of showing the video of that monstrous fucking thing going by the camera, saying it wasn't a whale, so it's got to be a fucking shark and all this and that. Which, okay. And then this one came out recently about the fucking frozen megalodon that I'm just like, and they're saying it was only fucking 5,000 years old. Which
I'll
means,
be honest, the ocean, yes, I can believe. At this point, even though I do love the fact there could be dragons, I would believe a megalodon over a dragon.
I mean, it wouldn't be that improbable. We don't know what is actually out there in our oceans.
Yeah, also, we don't know the exact evolutionary scale from megalodon to great white shark. So, it might not be a megalodon. It might be whatever it evolved into after that. Like, between... Like, what separated megalodons and great whites,
Mhm.
you know? It could be whatever that subspecies is.
Yeah, because weren't crocodiles and alligators, weren't they, like, much larger than what we see them today? Like,
Yeah.
didn't they just evolve down to what they could...
They evolved down into that.
So what the food source could
yeah.
be for them?
So there are other species out there that probably still exist. We just haven't found them because they're deep in the Congo or some shit. I'm just like, there are probably whatever. I know there's an actual name for it, and somebody's out there screaming it. But whatever crocodiles were before, back in prehistoric times,
yeah,
they were like whatever subspecies after that slowly became what are today's crocodiles.
mm-hmm.
Some of those species probably still exist. I mean, for God's sake, orcas, killer whales, used to be wolves on land. They evolved from a land species into an ocean species.
I need to see this theory.
You didn't know that? No, that's real. They do have that.
I've never heard of this.
Yes. They're like these weird looking, like, they look like seals with legs.
Huh.
And they look more like, their heads are more like a boar than a wolf, but they're supposedly a canine.
Huh.
I didn't know you didn't know that.
No, I did not know that.
Well, you know, I'm weird into animals and stuff, so I did know that. Yeah, a lot of like whales and orcas and all that kind of stuff devolved instead of evolved.
You see, but that also goes on the fact that we're still finding new species every day. There is something new that we're finding every fucking day of our planet that we're supposed to have known every secret that's out there, but we don't.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
Like, we can go on down into the Amazon rainforest, which I don't care what anybody says, oh, I discovered every inch. No one's discovered every inch of it. Nobody. It is physically impossible.
Dude, the rainforest, there's even stuff undiscovered on land still.
Yeah. So, like, the rainforest themselves is still undiscovered 100%. It's probably at, like, I would say 73%.
Yeah, especially with deforestation going on.
Right, and then now some protection laws for the tribes that still live out there and stuff that we can't go to.
Is very dangerous. We can't take heavy machinery into the forest anymore because of deforestation laws.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have anything to truly protect you against the forest. And trust me, those people who live there have been living there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can get around that forest and hurt you.
Yeah, their bloodline is from the ancient Mayans and Aztecs and shit. Like, they still live in that kind of mentality to this fucking day, which is absolutely amazing to me. I still think that's so cool that there are people out there that still live like it was a couple thousand years ago. Mm-hmm. And that's really impressive. I mean, how they survived all this time is absolutely amazing.
That also makes me think of how we were talking about megalodons to great whites.
Mm-hmm.
What about Neanderthals to us humans now?
So you're meaning, like, are you talking about, like, just straight up Neanderthals or the Darwin theory?
Well, that's called evolution, which is what I've been talking about.
Okay. But I mean, like, with Neanderthals, just we evolved basically, but it was more gradually spontaneous compared to over a fucking millions of years.
Yeah, that's true, because Homo sapiens killed out the Neanderthals. There was a species war or some sort, you know, where there wasn't that, like, we had just evolved into conscious beings. Conscience, your brain.
Yeah.
Where you have a subconscious.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at pronouncing this word. To where you can actually, like, think about the things you're doing and feel bad.
Right.
Animals can't really do that. They're not very good at that.
Yeah,
And some of them are evolving it. The ones that have a lot of that are near us, but it's only because our species is teaching that species to have a conscious.
Yeah. Which is dangerous. I don't think we should be doing that a whole lot. But we'll probably be dead before that ever happens.
Well, they only have a conscious to please us. I'm talking about, like, we make dogs feel guilty.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and dogs only feel guilty because we are like punishing them or some shit. You know, they don't feel guilty on their own terms. They're just dogs. They just know whatever they did is going to affect their owners. That's what I mean by we're teaching animals consciousness.
Yeah.
Like guilt and shit. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, like you said, those tribes live as if it were thousands of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What if there are some species of subhumans or sub-Homo sapiens? Like, are we even Homo sapiens anymore?
Not with all the GMOs in us.
that's what I'm kind of getting at, you know? I'm just like, have we... Because, like, I thought we were also, like, all really short back then.
Yes.
I have to do some research on that.
I believe... No, I think...
I know
from what they
used to
say
be,
that Jesus Christ is there and all that, which is only 2,000 years ago.
Oh, I don't mean that.
That they
that
were
recent.
a lot shorter than what we are now.
I don't even mean that recent. I mean, like, way before that, even.
You mean like we were all pixie size? And that's why the world was so huge?
I don't mean that small, God. I just mean when we discovered, like, when fossilization, then they discovered the first Homo sapiens.
Mm-hmm.
That. I'm talking about those people who had just discovered fire and some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I know Homo sapiens didn't discover fire. Fucking Neanderthals did, and the Homo sapiens stole it from them.
So
I'm just saying there is a subspecies of human being out there.
And I'm not going to deny that because honestly, we don't know.
Exactly.
But like what you were saying about dragons, how every fucking world or
Yes.
every place out there
Yes.
has a story about dragons.
Yes.
Every fucking text from the beginning of fucking writing and scrolling and all that kind of stuff to today, we are finding things that talked about magic. And I don't think that the magic that was talked about was
just named different things.
well, I think it was magic, but I think it was more alien technology that was being left behind for people to use.
Oh, everybody knows that. If you watch,
If you watch Ancient Aliens.
if you watch Ancient Aliens, anyways.
But I do. I believe that that's what it was, is that it was fucking alien technology that was left behind that was being used to influence us to believe that it was magic, whether it was like itty-bitty little shards of stuff or things of that nature that were just like, yeah. And, of course, things can get destroyed or decayed over time to where we have supposedly lost this magic. But now, if you notice, more people are seeing apparitions. More people are being more psychic about things. They're having more intuition. And
I mean, we're discovering whole ancient buried cities.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying, though, is I do believe that magic did exist. I think it just got lost over time from the loss of alien technology.
Okay, so magic is alien technology to you. It's not.
In a way, yeah.
It's not something from the earth.
Yeah. I think that those people were sent up into an alien spaceship, probed with something that gave them abilities to fucking come back down here and put it to use.
So you don't think your empathic ability is from the earth itself?
I think that is from being somebody who in my family that had, and it was infused with their DNA and slowly devolved over time.
That's a view.
Just
No, I mean you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think gifts or abilities were given by aliens. I have heard that though. I have heard that. I've also heard that Homo sapiens, us humans, aren't even from Earth. I've also heard that theory.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that kind of believes it. That we're just in a giant terrarium.
Oh yeah, I mean,
That
look at the conditions that we have.
Earth is literally called Terra.
Hmm?
We are just in a giant terrarium, and aliens are observing us. We are an ant farm.
Yeah.
For aliens.
Yep, and yet we can't stop fucking fighting. We have to control the terrarium.
Exactly. It's hilarious for them. It's hilarious. They love it. Earth is their favorite channel.
Yeah. Whew.
You ever feel that random eye on you and you're like, you feel like someone's watching you?
Yeah.
Someone's clicked over to your channel.
We've talked about that one
Yeah,
before.
we've talked about that one.
And yeah, we're all in our own little Truman Show, and we don't know.
Yes. I really do believe that sometimes. Like, I really feel that vibe. And I'm just like, am I interesting to you today? You know?
Right.
But you gotta keep it interesting. If your life's not interesting, they'll change the channel.
Well, then they can fucking help out with that. But
Sometimes they do.
so we're really gonna end this one because
We're getting weird.
yeah, we are. We're getting really out there. Like I
Hey,
said,
man.
the aliens built the pyramids, and the Nazis fucking they
No,
were
the
there.
Nazis built the pyramids.
Well, you know what? You guys figured out on the intro, because
Yeah, it's on the intro. Go listen to it.
but no, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go and try to get some stuff done. We got a lot of good things going our way right now, which is pretty nice. You got your new job. I might have something worked up for me, and getting better on my healing and shit. So, well, we've got a lot of things to catch up with, because fuck, man, it's been crazy the last few weeks. So we've been putting off things that need to be done. So if you guys have a conspiracy theory or a thought, opinion, or
Or if
view,
you think we're fucking crazy.
yeah, leave us a comment down below. But you could always leave us a more in-depth conversation over at our email at callingcouplepod@gmail.com, and leave us a message over there and tell us what you fucking think, because we would like to hear it, but we may not agree with it. But you know what? At least you had the audacity to say what you believed in.
And with all due respect, man. Kika.
Well, I've said what I said. I'm happy with where I went. Hopefully you're good. You got your existential crisis kind of.
Nah, I didn't even fucking talk about it.
Oh, what the fuck?
And it's okay. It's personal. It's not for you guys.
Well, you know what? It's gonna be Back to the Future. At the end of this, to be continued.
Beep, beep, beep.